Hi, I'm
Hi.
Rocco. And
I'm Sean.
And these are the
Hello.
digital gang.
The digital boys.
What's up, everybody? Sean coming in a lot clearer than last time.
Is it better? Oh, man. Okay, so I realized now that the problem was I was using shit technology. I got to use good technology, so I used Jenny's work computer. So that
Nice.
works for me.
Got it.
Most people that's the recommended tip I give is if your PC specs aren't up to snuff, things aren't working, you gotta grab your wife's computer.
Yeah, it shows you behind every successful and important man is a woman there propping him up.
That's who she is. That's true.
Hey,
With a nice computer.
Yeah. Do you ever notice women National Women's Month? March is, of course, the shortest month, which just goes to show you, the sickness still spreads.
You know, ever notice that National Women's Month, March, happens to be the one month where a global viral pandemic broke out?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly.
That adversely affects men more than women?
Exactly.
Whoa. Eve
and that
ate from the Garden of Eden.
Yep.
I think this may have been created, man-made virus, or should I say, woman-made.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I never get into this kind of stuff on the podcast, but I can't say it enough. It's so important. And that's why next weekend we are doing a women's march to get everyone together against what's going on with the virus. We're getting as many people as we can together. And I'll put the info on the website this week. But
Great.
We're going to try to get together and tear this thing down. It's really upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be a gathering of the anti-coronavirus people.
Yeah, we're all getting together to say,
Yeah.
It's the march against coronavirus.
I'm taking a stand against the virus. Who's with
they
me?
did that.
What's that?
Didn't they? I heard they did a march against the coronavirus in like India or something. They were doing some kind of like coronavirus awareness march. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, yeah. I think my dad was doing that. He was posting stuff on Facebook over and over again about like, hey guys, march to stop the virus next week. We're really hoping to get some support on this. And none of my dad's Facebook friends, they're all his age. And they're all going, are you serious? Dick, are you kidding me? Do not do this. So anyway, he's been getting out of that.
So he didn't do it?
No, it was the fucking joke.
I know.
He's getting laughs.
How are you guys doing this week? Is everybody doing okay? Of course, we saw each other a few days ago. We added a new show to our roster.
Yeah.
We're doing Mega64 and Teen live every Thursday on Twitch and then Saturday on YouTube. But how are you guys been doing since then?
I've been well.
I am doing worse. I feel.
What the fuck is wrong?
I'm so stressed and sad.
What?
I hate this.
Is the situation getting worse though?
Spending time with your family. Come on.
I love spending time with my family. That is not the issue. I like being with my family and going places, and I just hate this. I just feel trapped, and I want to go like to the beach with them, and I want to, I want to do normal things, and I can't, and it's just a bummer to me. Sorry. Let's bring it down.
It's so funny because we asked for feedback on Mega64 and Teen about like what does everyone think about like us talking about all the stuff with the virus, like how much should we talk about, and like what is there a level that you think it's too much and we should stop? And it's so funny because I got a lot of most of the feedback we got were like, hey, no, I like you guys talking about it. Like you guys have a good perspective on it and whatever. It makes me feel better about it. But I would say like a big percentage of those comments were like, I think you guys are handling it really good. I'm listening to this because the people I still have to work around just keep bumming me out. Like they keep saying it's getting worse. There's one of those in every group.
Well, I'm not saying it's getting worse. I'm saying like, how am I personally doing?
He just said he's doing worse.
Right.
I'm
just sad, and I honestly truly miss seeing you guys in person. I miss hanging out with you guys.
Aw.
Oh, I'm doing great.
I know. Well, like it's like it just everything has changed so drastically so fast that you watch a movie and it's a crowd of people. It's like, oh man, that's not happening anywhere in the world right now, and it's so weird.
I love it.
You know what? I got on the phone with my mom a few days ago, and she was basically saying the same thing. Like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in jail. I'm going crazy. I need to get out of here. And I told her, it's only been like a week and a half.
I know.
Yeah.
We're barely even into it yet. We're only a few days in.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that scares me is that there's no end date that we know of. And I think that like I saw that it was just the White House just said like quarantine until the end of April.
Yeah. It was just all that official stuff was pushed to the end of April. Yeah.
Which they say will probably get pushed back again, but like it's at least end of April. And we're not even in April yet.
Wild month in April. We're going to see infections skyrocket to over 1 million. So
right. And I think that's what it is like, I know it's like this, I just have this doom of like, this isn't even bad yet. Like it's bad. It's not even like what it's going to be yet. And like, I don't know. That's where I'm having trouble.
We're gonna hit the peak soon, but then it will from there. Like I think we're gonna hit that soon, and then start to hopefully come out of that. Okay.
I hope so. I
wouldn't worry about it.
How inconvenienced and uncomfortable have any of us really been this far?
No, I understand. Yeah.
I'm still well fed and pretty well supplied and stocked, and food seems to still be accessible. Maybe April's going to get worse, but I think we're gradually getting used to this. At least I am.
I'm still riding my supply stash here, and I've been jump roping in the backyard. I put on a weighted vest and I was jump roping, and I felt like Vegeta in the pod. He has this small space, so he just has to train extra hard. So when he comes out, he's better than ever.
Yeah.
That's my mindset going through this.
Yeah. Use now to train for April.
To train for when the virus is over, we can go back out. I'll be,
Oh, you'll be the alpha.
Jump rope like a fucking madman.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of where I'm heading into now. I'm heading into like, okay, I'm starting to exercise more, which for me at all is a miracle. But I'm like, well, I got a little more time to do that. I'm not going anywhere, but I've also, to counteract that, because I can't let my life get too good. I did look at, because during all this, I actually lost some weight because I didn't really want to go anywhere to get food. I have a few simple things in my home, so I'm just like, I'll eat that. I'll just have like some nuts, and that's all. I've been going real simple. But then this weekend, I was like, you know what, man, I'd kill for like a good meal. And people kept talking about Uber Eats and things like that. So I made the mistake of opening that app, and I'm like, okay, what's the deal here? There's so many it's like they are throwing like anything they can at you to order with them. It's like, there no fees. 30% off. We'll throw in this. We'll wash your car for you. We'll carry your bags for you, George. It's like seriously everything. And so many places, like my favorite ramen place is on there. So I did that, and it was a really interesting experience because I'd never done Uber Eats ramen ever, and they brought it to me in like 8 separate containers. It was like, here's a container with noodles, here's a bucket of broth, here's a bucket of eggs, here's a bucket it was all these things, and I just poured it all into one big bowl. It was awesome.
Make it yourself kind of deal.
Yeah. And there's a new option in the app where they basically just ditch the food somewhere and run away.
Okay. Yeah, they leave it on your front porch now, right?
Yeah, that's what I did. They basically will set somewhere there and run away. So this
is Death Stranding, right? Like we're really, really getting to the plot here.
It really is. So I sent them a hologram that was me going, hold on, let me check. Wow, such great condition.
The collector.
Me and Gary.
Now, do you have, when you get Uber Eats, are you wearing rubber gloves? Do you have like a decontamination process, or is it just like, thank you? Bon appetit.
No, it was. I just heard them. I heard them drop it. I said thank you. I let it sit for a minute.
Yeah.
I took it and disposed of the bag around it. Washed my hands.
Okay.
You know,
All
Yeah,
right.
you're
Well,
good. You should be good.
got rid of all
You
their
should be okay.
containers and washed my hands.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't know if it's overkill,
makes
but when I
sense.
get packages from Amazon, like I'm like wiping it down with like these like
Yeah.
wipes, like disinfectant wipes and stuff like that. Like, and then when I open the package up, I do the same thing on the inside. I'm like, I don't know who's touched this when, so I'm just gonna be safe, I guess.
yeah,
but
I haven't wiped any of the packaging down, but I let it like sit for a little bit. I just kind of like don't. I don't know. I don't know if that's.
Do you guys ever watch that show Doomsday Preppers? And at the end, they give them like a survival ranking. You ever see that show?
I have
Oh.
seen that.
Specifically with like the survival ranking.
Yeah.
They'll follow them around and be like, okay, this is how they prep. They board their windows up. They have a stash of ammo. And then they'll give them a ranking. But I'm always surprised at the end. The ranking is way lower than I would think because they'd be like, they have plenty of ammo, but they don't have any food. So we give them 50% chance of survival. I always feel like I would probably get fucking hosed in that. I would think I would be doing so good, and then I'd get like a 20% chance of survival.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of how I feel when I watch. I mean, I only see it literally when Sean turns it on at a hotel at like a con. But Naked and Afraid, they rank him at the end of that too. And I always think like, whoa, that guy, like, man, he went through like the whole 21 days and he like made a tent out of his own hair and all this stuff. And then at the end, it's like, yeah, they get a D because you know, he really wasn't staying hydrated or something like that. And it's just like
wasted all his hair on that tent.
Yeah, I would have been dead after 2 days. So I mean, I don't know. The guy got an A for me, but anyway.
I always have fantasies of being on those shows. There's a show called Alone that they just drop you off at the fucking like tip of Canada and you live by yourself with like one item and you have to make everything and outlast all your competition. And I watch that and I just go like, one day that might be
this is a show you film yourself.
Yeah. They see, and I look at it from that angle. Like I would love, and that would cure my boredom is filming and filmmaking with all that equipment. I feel like that specifically that format, that show alone is like right up my alley.
Yeah, that's why like when like Bear Grylls was a thing, I didn't give a shit about that because it was like him and a crew. Whereas like the show Survivor Man was like, this is just a guy by himself. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see a guy who's really surviving here.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much about it just yet because people watching this live haven't seen it yet, but we did each do a video, or we have a new video coming out that we each kind of got to do in our own individual state. People will probably see it. It's if you're watching this on YouTube, it's already up, probably. But you know, so we did get a little glimpse of that. Garrett, I'm sorry we should have involved you, but
oh, it's okay. You know, there's a lot of other things that I've been getting done around here, so
that's true.
Tons of stuff. Since we're all split up, we're kind of playing to our strengths.
But it was fun though doing it, like getting creative with how to.
Yeah, and let me tell you again, I won't give away anything, but it's so fun. It was fun to watch the video or the cut of it we just saw because it's like I had no idea what you guys did. Like I just know my end of it, and then that was it. And I sent it off, and then I was done. So it was cool to see the final package. So I'm excited for people to see that tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow on Monday.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that too. That sounds like it would be like old school, like personal channel style stuff.
Kinda.
Where there were video responses.
Yeah,
it was fun. Hey, I have been okay. Well, first of all, you know, we're trying to make an effort. We got to get the gaming stuff into the podcast. You know, we've gone so long without it. Now we're trying to get it in the past couple weeks. I played more Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
All right, so I got that out of the way. The gaming section is now over. No, did you guys play anything different than that, or same old stuff?
I don't want to keep talking about Animal Crossing, but it is really like I didn't want to stream it on the PPS on Wednesday because it's just been like there's so much Animal Crossing content, not just from us, everywhere online. So I'm I'm starting to wane on how much we talk about it. But
Yeah,
I'm still playing it.
I'm still probably going to be streaming it this week, but yeah, I have like nothing more to report on that. Everyone's playing it.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that I was able to bribe Lennon, and we have now switched.
Oh, you
And
switched
so
the characters?
Nice.
My
What
name.
did that cost you?
It didn't. I just gave her a couple M&Ms and we called it a day. So
Nice.
it was fine. But so my name is Lennon, but it looks like the way I want my character to look. And we moved houses. It was it took a while, but we sorted it out. So now I just gotta figure out how to go to like people's islands. Like I've been playing. I've seen Rocco and Garrett on that are also playing, but it's like I don't know how to get to your island, or I don't know how to do any of that part.
We have to have our gates open, which I'll give you. I guess a little Animal Crossing update for me is I'm starting to feel comfortable now with my town to open my gates.
Okay.
When you do that, though, people can come over and take your fruit and take your flowers and take shit. So I had shit everywhere and it was unorganized, and it's like, a messy bedroom. You don't want to invite company over and see your trash.
Yeah, because you're still working. Okay, yeah. I get it.
But now I got some roads built. I got some shit laid out. My boys.
You have roads built?
Oh yeah, dog.
Dude,
Geofront's coming along.
We don't even have a fucking store built yet. So
well, it's great to go over when people do open their gates and get ideas for how you can lay stuff out in your town.
I see.
Having fun with the custom creator, like the big thing for me is like doing the custom clothing and pattern designs, because then you can theme kind of like virtually anything going on.
People are so good at that. I don't know if they have a program or something. There's a picture of like Rocco in the like running his Diablo shirt, like looking all like fucking cool. Like who made this? Like how does
I think there's a site that that does it and generates a QR code for you.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, because I was like, these people are too creative. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I'll share it with you, Sean.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, there's definitely something you could do with that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just playing that. I went back to Dragon Quest 11 too, and I'm still playing that. I really just want to beat that before FF7 in a couple weeks. I'm probably not picking up Resident Evil 3. I'm just gonna like stick to what I got and try to beat it. In the path for that. But Garrett, you're all about RE3 this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just dipped my toe when the first demo came out, I don't know, about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
I played it like, half-assed while me and Brian were doing a podcast, so I didn't put a lot of attention into it.
Yeah.
It controlled just like RE2. And that's after that, like I got like, I don't know, 10 minutes into the demo and I was like, all right, I'm gonna put this down. I'm just gonna wait. Whenever it gets to me though, we'll see. There might be a delay in shipping.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna, because that's something that a lot of people already had ordered. Because I know there's a lot of Amazon stuff being delayed for a month. But it's weird. I got like 80 notifications today that were like all Star Wars related products that did ship. Like they're all going to be here. Because I think Tuesday, like the movie, like the box set of all of them comes out. And then there were like Star Wars figures coming out and like an art book, and all of them are shipping. Like those will be there on time. I didn't get delays on any of that stuff. And I wonder if that means like stuff you already pre-ordered is gonna still show up. Maybe RE3 will. I don't know. I better get my FF7.
It says, yeah, Amazon says that it will get there, and some of the stuff that I did order that gave me like a month lead time, that has showed up since then. That it took like 5 to 6 days instead of the 2.
Yeah.
But there was like Blu-rays, that I ordered, not essential things. But then there's other stuff that is definitely also not essential that still was like, no, April 21st.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. If I'm inconvenienced in that way, that's really not a big deal. I've got so much to play.
It's just weird to me because I'm getting all this entertainment stuff on time, but I've tried to order products just for my house, and it's like, yeah, in a month. You don't need to like clean your kitchen right now. It's like,
well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, all the disinfectant or toilet paper or, dude, I ran out of rice. It's like, oh, I can't get any of this online. I can't get any of it.
Do we have a grocery store update? Because I went last night.
How'd it go?
It was a normal shopping day. Like there's definitely the precautions that we've been talking about in the past couple of podcasts. Like there's signage to stand, spaces away. But I went to a store that didn't really have restrictions on canned food or canned meat. And most of all of that stuff was still there. It was just the toilet paper and paper towels are gone.
Okay.
But everyone's all masked up and gloved up, and get your shit and get out. And but it was pretty efficiently, like everyone's paying attention. Like you got to cross by people every once in a while, but everyone for their most part's keeping their distance and not fooling around. Although it doesn't.
I was talking to a family member and they were describing the stores. They were like, yeah, they got the blue tape on the ground at Staples. They got the white. They make you line up on white lines at Sprouts. Stater Brothers, they have this system where they got all the carts set up. And the whole time I was just thinking, like, why have you been to all these stores?
How do you know this?
Why do you have all this? What do you do? Are you just going around checking the protocol?
Why are you going to Staples right now?
Yeah.
No
Gotta get some cheaper.
joke. Literally, why were they at Staples? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Journalists are pulling their fucking hair out with boredom. I guess there's nothing else to report on. But
I guess so, yeah.
I tried to limit, that's like the second time I've been to the supermarket in like, a month since shit's been really bad.
I thought about going to the supermarket this week, but then I figured I'm paranoid, because I have a lot of food, but I'm like, is this going to be enough?
Right.
Should I go stock up now? That way later when it gets worse, I'm stocked up. And I was almost tricking myself into leaving the house to go do that. But then I took a long, hard look at everything. I was like, I got enough food. I'm just going to ride it out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think all the infections are happening right now. I almost got sucked into that madness, but I'm just going to ride it out for as long as I can.
Yeah, I have no need to go to a store for a long time. It's funny because I posted a picture of, I still have, for the record, I still have DiGiorno's pizzas from when they gave them to me around like
How did you have that big of a freezer to hold all this? I mean, it sounds like you got like a whole like supply.
There's not much. I mean, I don't have much in my freezer in general. I have like some veggie stuff that I'll heat up every now and then, whatever. But like other than that, it was about 30 pizzas. So I ate 30 pizzas in 30 days, and I'm doing fine. No, but I still had one. I still had a few. And so I was like, you know what? I'll make one. And then as I was saying that, my copy of the movie 1917 showed up. Again, not really a delay. It was like Amazon delivered it. And I posted a picture of that online. And I had someone tell me, they were like, oh, you're lucky you got that, man. That's delayed everywhere. I had to go to like 8 stores to get a copy of that. And it was like,
oh no.
You went to 8 stores? Don't go to a store if you don't have, like, it was like,
no.
Picture, seriously, he had a picture. It was like him at Walmart holding a copy of it, like, found a copy, and he's wearing a mask. It's like, just stay home.
Oh my God.
Walmart of all places.
Like, I'm thinking, like, I will go to the stores to get food, and that is it.
Yeah, I did that once at the beginning of this, and I haven't I'm not going back for a long time.
And it's like I'm out of bread and fruit and rice, and it's like, okay, that sucks, but I can keep going.
Yeah,
I don't need those things, although I wish I had them.
20-pound bag of rice.
What's that?
Did you get one of those 20-pound bags of rice?
No, not 20 pounds. I think it was like a 5-pound bag, and I have this pantry moth infestation, and they got into it, so I threw the whole thing away. So
you can eat pantry moth in a real crisis.
Yeah, I would rather. I'd rather not. So
you'd rather eat nothing.
Well, then I started putting my rice that I did have. I had a smaller bag. I put it in the fridge. I'm like, well, they're not getting in here. It's safe. So
they got in there.
They didn't get in there.
Oh, okay.
No.
In talking about, I do want to talk about, again, there wasn't much other game stuff to talk about. I saw a lot of different movies, and I specifically wanted to ask you guys about. But
I have game stuff. I've been playing Wasteland 2, but I've also been playing a lot of board games. And I got, I don't know if I mentioned, I got the game Pandemic.
You did, yeah.
Pretty appropriate. Did I talk about that on the podcast?
I don't remember if you did on here. I don't know if I was.
You brought it up. You brought it up, but you hadn't learned the rules yet. You were going to get into that and get back to us.
Yeah, Pandemic's pretty cool. I don't know if you can get it now. Maybe you can order it off Amazon, but basically it's a cooperative board game where you guys try to stop a viral outbreak all over the world. Actually, multiple viral outbreaks happening all at once, and it's pretty fun. It's almost like Risk, which is the best way to describe it, except you're all on the same team and the other army is viruses.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to take their armies away. So Pandemic, I recommend it. Check it out if you want to get into some board gaming.
Yeah, I heard other people say it was cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And then I went back to Wasteland 2, which is an old game. Like I mentioned last time, I beat that Jedi game, and I struggled for like a day trying to figure out what to play next. And I don't know, there's something in my mind. I have so many good games, and I'm afraid to play them because they're so big. Like, I have Death Stranding, I have The Witcher 3, I have I can't remember the name of it now, that Horizons game that came out.
Oh, yeah, Horizon
Zero Dawn.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, I don't know, intimidation to get into a massive game like that.
Yeah,
well, this is the one time you have the time, Derek.
Yeah.
This is it.
Do you have Control?
What?
Do you have that game Control? Have you heard of that?
No, a lot of people recommended Control to me, but it's full price, and I figure I have so many games right now. Why pick up another one? But
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it.
It was
cool.
It was on the PS4 store this week for like $20. Actually, I wanted to
really
get it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I might get that. But I did return to on Saturday. I went back to Death Stranding. I've been in such a Death Stranding vibe because of the state of everything, and it really is like the perfect game to play right now because everyone is quarantined in their own little sectioned off thing, and you're just like trying to make them happy and bring them stuff. And like I don't know, the vibe, it's never been more relevant, and I've been loving it. So I streamed it for a little bit on Saturday, but it's been a lot of fun. If there's a time to check that out, Derek, I would do it now, but it is time consuming. And I know the way Derek plays games, he will never beat the story. He will build a network of zip lines for the next 7 years.
Oh, dude.
And
I want to
that's
see
it.
his zipline configuration. That's what
Right.
I want to see.
That's what Derek's going to do. We're going to hear, Derek, do you think you're going to beat the game soon? And he's going to be like, well, I have a working freeway system to every location, and I have zip lines in case the freeways are blocked. Yeah, so did you beat it? What? No.
That's
what happened
exactly
to
why
me.
I am struggling to get into a game because
Yeah.
I love big games, and it's like, yeah, we have a lot of free time right now, but I'm worried that I'm just gonna waste all my time playing a game that will never end. I don't know. Feel pressure to like be constructive.
Yeah. I really wanted to beat it fast because I thought the story was amazing. I thought it was really, really good. But I know you'll get sidetracked, and that's fine. There's a lot to do. But
I probably will.
But I wanted to talk about all the stuff we've been watching. Sean, you said you were rewatching. You were rewatching Lost. Are you still doing that?
Yes, I am. I have not rewatched this show ever. It aired and I loved it, and
Really?
I
You
never
never
went back
did?
to it. No. So I have started watching it with Jenny, who's never seen it, and then Emma and Beckett, and they're in. They're all in.
Oh,
So,
are they enjoying it?
they're really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too, and there's a lot of things I just straight up forgot. Like I'm watching an episode, and it's like, oh wait, doesn't Charlie get like hung up by a tree or like hung by what the?
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it, and it's like, oh yeah, there it is. Like all these cool things. We are like, I think we're about like 17 episodes in the first season, so we're not like that far, but like it's a good amount. And I was trying to explain it to Emma and Beckett. It's like, hey, this changed television. Like all the shows you watch now look like this, like a movie, but this is the first one that did that, really. So,
and the concept of like it being really big produced and having a sort of unlockable mystery to it that keeps you coming back every week, whatever. It was really good. What I was going to say was I'm further than that, but again, I'm just kind of like putting it on while I do stuff and just off and on, whatever. But I just got to yesterday. I watched The Constant. And
oh shit!
That episode was better than I remember. It's funny because in my mind I'm like, okay, it was good, but it can't be that good. Like I hype this up all the time, and it was fucking better than I remember. It was so intense how he kept like he would just be mid conversation, then suddenly he's in another time. It was just edited and directed so good. Anyway, it was better than I remembered. So I know it's been many years since we talked about Lost on here, and when we did, we would go for an hour. I'm not planning to do that, but it was
Yeah.
still. I was surprised how entertaining that was. So it was really good.
But it is funny because they are like, oh, this show, like, it's so weird. I'm like, oh, just fucking wait. You think it's weird now? I mean, they just found the hatch. Relax. It's not even. It's about to get real weird.
I've been listening to the Howard Stern show. I think, have you guys been during all this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're,
Definitely.
and they're recording their show the same way we are, pretty much. But they have their guy, John. Is it John Hine?
Yeah.
Talking about like shows to watch during all this. And yeah, every time he brings up Lost, they're all pissed off at him. They're all bullshit. Oh, that was such a waste of fucking time. John, you're insane. John, this is okay. What was the Dharma Initiative, John? He asks like some like random question that it's like hard to get into on air, and then he goes, "See, there's no fucking no. They didn't explain anything." Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be the opposite end of the spectrum here. You should watch it. Anybody who hasn't. But I saw a ton of movies. I watched a ton of movies this past week. I tried to watch a few scary ones too, because a lot of times I kind of avoid horror, but I wanted to get a little taste of everything. So I watched a lot of stuff this week. I finally saw Dr. Sleep.
Okay.
I checked out
Dr. Sleep.
I know, Derek, I wasn't on the podcast where you saw, where you talked about it, but you generally liked it, right? You thought it was good.
My review of Dr. Sleep was I went in with the lowest of low expectations and was pleasantly surprised. I ended up really enjoying it. I felt like it stood on its own 2 feet.
Yeah. That was overall, I think I felt the same way. I think my feeling on it was good. It was good. I didn't think it was great. And I think the couple things that would have made it better was I thought any time that they aped the Shining stuff a little too hard a few parts where it was hammy to me. Where it was like, oh, we're showing you that scene again, but like different actors and stuff. I felt like if it had played less is more on that stuff, it would have been a lot cooler. Like more hinting at it all rather than like showing it. I don't know. That was the part I was kind of going, all right, stop. But aside from that, and then I think there were some scenes that were kind of like, I feel like a lot of scary movies nowadays follow the same kind of, what am I trying to say? I feel like a lot of scary movies nowadays are kind of directed the same in a lot of parts where, I don't know, I just feel like there were so many scenes where there's a heartbeat under what's going on and some loud thing has to happen every couple minutes and I just wish I wish movies
not only that, those are all Stephen King movies.
Yeah.
It's almost its own genre at this point.
Yeah, and I just wish that we would get out of, I think part of what makes the original Shining so interesting is that it just defies any expectation of atmosphere. And and then this movie, I just feel like there's so many scenes that are like, oh, here comes the heartbeat noise and we're going down the hallway and and I just feel like we're just kind of repeating the same.
Well, you rarely get a mainstream horror movie. Most horror movies are independently made.
Yeah.
Mainstream horror movies are kind of a uncommon thing. And, it seems like every mainstream horror movie is just a Stephen King book. Every mainstream horror movie, a movie that has like a big actor in it that's a horror movie, it's probably based off a Stephen King book, and then they're all made exactly the same because it's like its own genre.
Yeah. I just feel like there were some kind of tropey things I wish it would have broke out of. But my main thing was if they would have done less is more with the Shining movie scenes, it would have been a little cooler. But overall, yeah, it was like not bad. It was like a decent movie. Yeah,
you know what? I started reading the book Dr. Sleep. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I just read The Shining for the first time, and I really liked it. Actually, it was. Oh,
no kidding.
Honestly, there's things in the movie that I was like, I wish that didn't happen, and it didn't happen in the book. So Rocco, they already like I'm in like chapter 3, and they mentioned like the Overlook Hotel and The Shining shit 1,000 times already. So I think this is kind of part of I think that's just the movie.
Yeah,
that's why
but
the movie
I do think they still could have directed it in a way that wasn't so
on the nose.
On the nose. Yeah, they were just straight up recreating things from the first movie shot for shot, and I feel like they just could have directed it a little. They could have been a little more creative with that rather than just spot on doing it. That was just my feeling.
A sequel. I guarantee you that was some studio executive being like, "You can make this movie, but you have to recreate those scenes shot for shot."
Totally. I'm sure that's what it was. And again, it didn't I wasn't sitting there going, "Oh, come on!" But I would have been cooler, I think, if they just played that a little more subtle. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
I would say 85% of that movie is really not tied to the original in any way.
Yeah.
And probably about 15% is heavily tied to the original. But I actually thought it was.
Oh, we're losing Derek.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Oh,
I thought this was on my end.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
are you guys still here? Oh, okay. Just
I'm here.
The rest of us
Am I back now?
I think
You're back.
are
You're
back.
back.
Yes.
Okay. I got off my Wi-Fi. I mean, it's a shining sequel, so I feel like, that 85-15% balance was pretty good. I think they handled it well.
Sure. Yeah.
What else did you watch?
It was overall good. I watched the other scary movie that I watched was. Did anyone else see that movie Ma?
No, but I wanted to.
M.A.?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
Really? You
That
hated
movie
it?
reminded me of a 90s schlocky B movie.
Yes.
I Know What You Did Last Summer or The Faculty.
Yes.
So it looks like a fun movie, not necessarily a serious movie.
Is the actress's name Octavia Spencer? Is that her name?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
She was really good. I really like her. I feel like that's another movie that less would have been more. I liked the fact that here's this older woman that had such a scarring childhood that she can't she's obsessed with hanging out with these teenagers. She gives them a place to party and stuff, but then she kind of gets too involved in hanging out with them. I was in for that aspect of it. A story of kind of this poor woman was so abused growing up that she kind of doesn't know how to let go of that. That was good. And taking that into kind of horrifying territory is interesting, but they went to, that's another thing where I just feel like they went too far. It's now they pushed her, so she's gonna, cut this guy's dick off or so, stuff like that. It's yeah, got it. All right.
Is this a new movie?
Fatal Attraction, but with teenagers instead of, Michael Douglas or whoever.
Okay.
Yeah. It was whatever. It was schlocky. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
I saw a couple movies. Did you see any other movies? Any other horror movies?
Not horror movies. I'm trying to think of what else I saw. You go ahead and I'll think about it. I don't know. I don't remember what else.
I saw that movie Midsummer. Another horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that?
I don't think I like that director.
Derek, I have the exact same review.
Yeah, the movie was actually very pretty. I liked the way it looked, and I liked a lot of aspects of it.
Yeah.
The characters look like they're straight out of a music festival, which for some people you're going to get a kick out of that. For other people, it's going to be a little bit annoying. But I think that director's kind of style of storytelling is not for me.
Yeah.
It bums me out because that guy is my age, and he is so successful right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I totally feel that. But no, I feel the same. I think we're on the same page. I felt because I didn't like Hereditary either. And I feel like his stuff is kind of designed to push buttons, and I'm just not. I don't want my buttons pushed. I just don't care. I just feel like I'm not there for that, and it's not interesting. But
it's a very open-ended style of storytelling, and for me, my taste, it's too open-ended. I think other people could totally be into that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hit my sweet spot. I want a little bit more satisfaction out of the story.
Yeah.
But and then I also saw.
That's what I mean, though. Derek. I feel like it's more concerned with pushing buttons than delivering on that, and that's what bothers me. But anyway, that was me.
Yeah, I mean, did anybody else? Garrett, did you see Midsummer? I think Brian saw it.
Yeah, I did not like Midsummer as much as the previous film. Yeah, Hereditary I really liked because I liked the subject matter. It had all the same kind of notes that Hereditary had, but it was a subject matter I didn't care about, this like Nordic cult and their rituals. The ritual stuff of it was the coolest part. Like the creepy weird shit that would happen, and then the music, the soundtrack being like on top of that. It played well the way Hereditary did, but I just didn't care for it as much. And I would say, I liked Hereditary and I didn't like Midsummer.
Interesting. Midsummer was almost so nice to look at. It was hard for me to be horrified when scary stuff would happen. First of all, a lot of it like happens off camera and is implied.
Wait, what?
Yeah, some people die off camera and you just never see them again. So a lot of it is just like, yo, this is kind of like a serene, like happy place. I'm kind of digging this. And then it ended and I was like, I guess it was kind of scary. It was kind of nice. I don't know. So whatever. And then I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which
I want to know
last night.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, I walked out of that thinking, like, with you in mind, it's like I cannot tell you if Derek would love that movie or just not give a shit about it. I'm not sure. So
yeah,
I was curious.
Honestly, I couldn't figure that out either. I had a feeling when I saw it, I was like, Sean will probably be into that because it was the whole vibe of that era was really like what like warmed my heart. I mean, as much as it could be warmed with that story, I guess, but I really loved it for that, and I was like, Sean will eat that up, but Derek, I have no clue. So
yeah, it was kind of like an anthology. It was so long and followed so many different characters. It was like a little anthology, almost like it reminded me of like American Graffiti a little bit, just like in a way wholesome.
Yeah,
it's true.
Except it's not wholesome. Because what the fuck is up with Quentin Tarantino's fucking foot fetish? It bothered me the whole fucking movie. Every chick in this movie had her dirty feet, I will tell you. I'll point out. Margot Robbie's feet are unnecessarily dirty in this film, and they're shoved in your face.
They're all shoved into your face. That's the thing, is like, if you want to see feet, that's one thing. But like, the girl putting her feet on the windshield, it's like, dude, I know what you're doing. We all know, but relax a little bit.
I think he's doing it.
I was gonna say, I think he's playing to it now, right? I think like enough people have said stuff that he's just playing. He's just going, all right, here you go, fucker.
I think Quentin Tarantino is a fucking freak. I think Quentin Tarantino, this is his way of filling up the spank bank, the personal jerk off vaults. He has celebrity foot fetish footage. What makes it into the movie is like 1% of what they shot. Sure. 99% of that footage is at home on his personal hard drives. And if you look at all the movies, he's got Margot Robbie, he's got Rosario Dawson, he's got Juliette Lewis. And who knows who else has to audition for these movies by waving their feet in Quentin's faces.
I'm very thankful he didn't show us Lena Dunham's feet, because that could have been that was left on the cutting room floor.
2 feet too many. 2 feet too many.
It's so good. That's just going in the personal vault.
You get enough of that in that girls show.
But I thought the movie actually like had a really good sense of humor. And what I was just saying about the story, I kind of felt the same way. It was a little bit too open-ended for me to really love this movie, but I still really, 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 really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fun.
That's the thing.
Fun, but kind of pointless.
Yeah, I just had a good time hanging out with these people in Hollywood at this era. That's all it was. It was like, oh, this is fun to watch them.
But it was inspiring. Oh, I was just going to say, I feel like there's things in this movie that Quentin Tarantino does, and this made me think, because Rocco, you said this was your favorite movie of last year.
I couldn't decide between that and The Irishman, but one of those two.
It was my favorite movie of the last year.
I feel like Quentin Tarantino does things in this movie that like we would do in our videos.
Yeah.
Like, there's a part where Leonardo DiCaprio is having a conversation with his co-star on the cowboy set of whatever they're filming, and it just pretty much edits out the entire conversation through these like weird jump cuts where it just jumps to like different parts of the conversation and then the conversation's over.
Yeah.
And I got the impression like he probably filmed this and didn't have any coverage, so he just thought, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna edit it. He went with stupid editing.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like that's what we would do.
Yeah.
Oh, we only have one take of this scene. I'm just gonna edit it weird and say it's artistic and move on.
Yeah. Yeah. He can get away with that. Yeah.
I felt like there were like 5 instances of that in this movie, and it was kind of like inspiring. Like, hey, if he can get away with it, we can too.
Yeah, you know, that's funny, Derek, because I did feel that way in this movie, and then oddly enough, I saw it really late in life. But when I finally saw Goodfellas, not that many, I don't know how many years ago, but I had that thought during that movie too, because there's so many weird cuts in that movie, and I guess Scorsese said, like, yeah, I wanted to edit it like a gangster would edit it. Like, hey, tell the story no matter what. Hey, who cares if it fucking matches up? You know, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And that inspired me too. It was just like, oh yeah, if you bring the attitude, you could get away with certain things in movies, you know, and I think that's what they do. I don't know. Anyway.
I even got the impression that certain scenes were left to run intentionally a little long just because it was like funnier that way.
Yeah.
I almost felt like a personal kind of like it was something, you know, we would make hanging out with. I got the this is hanging out with your buddies vibe from watching the movie.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I really liked it. I want to bring up another few things, but I want to get some plugs in here first. If you guys will allow me for a second.
I'll allow it.
We'll allow you.
Thank you. All right. I am now allowed. Brian, am I good, do you think? I think okay, I got the thumbs up. It's officially approved. Who's got the best merch? Obviously, Mega64 does. Check out shop.mega64.com for all your all the stuff you could ever want in the merch world. You know, you want a new shirt, we got that. You want, you know, a entertaining Blu-ray or a DVD, we made it. It's all there. Go to shop.mega64.com. This last Friday, we put up a couple rare items. We had some overstock. Our friend Mariel, she did a couple exclusive items this last year. She did a Black Friday exclusive. Hoodie, the Nightmare Elite pullover hoodie. And then for conventions, there was a con exclusive Dream Elite shirt, which was like in a nice indigo color. Well, we had some extra stock of those because we had a shipment that did not make it to PAX South in January. So we put those up on the store. The Dream Elite shirts are mostly sold out. There might be like a couple bigger ones left, like double X or 3X, I don't know, but that's it. The hoodies, there's still some sizes left, but they're going fast. So if you haven't checked it out, shop.mega64.com. Something that we like to do every week as well is a 64-hour special. That's a shirt that is only around for 64 hours and then it's gone. Now, we were talking about watching Lost. We've been rewatching Lost. And I also brought up our friend Mariel. She, you know, designed a lot of our merch for us. Well, she watched Lost and The Sopranos back to back years ago. And we brought this up on the podcast. When she was done with both shows, I said, like, well, do you have any questions? Thinking she would have questions about Lost, you know?
Yeah.
And she said, who was the cat? And I was like, what do you mean, who was the cat? She's like, the cat in The Sopranos keeps looking at Paulie. Who do you think that was? And it was like, what? Out of everything in Lost, you had no questions about any of that stuff. But your question after both shows is in the cat in The Sopranos. Who do you think it was? Was it this character's ghost? Was it this dead guy's ghost? It was crazy. Anyway, so we still say it all the time. Who was the cat? We've said it in videos, whatever. And I always thought that would be a cool shirt. And so our friend Meg actually designed a shirt. This is our 64-hour special. The Who Was the Cat shirt. That is up in our store right now. So I really love that. I like cannot wait to wear that.
Hey, this shirt fucking rules.
Yeah, I cannot wait to have that. So that's up now for 64 hours. Meg really totally killed it on that.
She did.
I really love that. So if you're watching legacy television during the quarantine, watch Lost, watch The Sopranos, and then try to figure out who was the cat.
Who was the cat?
Who was the cat?
Anyway,
I have a jingle for this shirt.
Okay.
Who was was the cat.
That's a banger.
Thank you.
Yeah. So think about that whenever you think about this shirt.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll do.
Will do.
Okay, so what was the other? I watched something else that I was going to bring up. Oh shit. There's one other movie. It wasn't a horror movie. Oh no. I started watching. This wasn't a movie, but I started watching. I finally watched an Apple TV show, like an Apple TV Plus, whatever, on their service show. I may be the only American to say they've done that.
That's true.
I haven't heard any statistics.
It's not a popular platform or what?
No.
Have you heard anyone talking about watching the shows on Apple TV Plus?
I mean, I watched the first episode of For All Mankind and the first 2 of C.
Okay, so you did. And those were okay or
but
what?
That's it. Were they okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I will tell you that I haven't watched anything else from it. I haven't watched more of that show. So.
Okay, so I watched Amazing Stories. Now, this was an 80s TV show that Spielberg used to produce. That was just it's like Twilight Zone. It's like a different like crazy story every week.
This was an old series too, right? This is kind of like an anthology getting continued.
Yeah, it was an 80s show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's finally out. They're doing it every week, so there's like a few episodes out. Now, I have to give them. I'm going to give them so many points because my favorite part of the old show was that they had because it was Spielberg that produced the whole show. They had a John Williams theme song. It was like John Williams did this theme song set to this crazy sequence. They updated the visuals, but they kept the old recording. They have not updated the song at all. It's an old like recording of a John Williams track. And I was like, thank you.
Cool.
Okay. They didn't fucking remix it or make it like EDM or something. Like they nailed it.
So I
think we're losing Sean.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything Sean said.
Yeah, Sean, you're right on target.
Nailed it, Sean.
Nailed it. But anyway, they nailed it on the theme song. The show is pretty safe, but I thought it was genuinely good. Like it was like good stories. Like it's safe but good. Like I mean, I walked away with a better impression of it than I did the new Twilight Zone. I thought the new Twilight Zone was trying to be like edgy, a little bit too much. I think even though this one is too far in the other direction, I still think it had like good, solid stories. So I've been enjoying it. I think it's good, just safe.
Okay.
But what's funny about it is it's generally like pretty normal, whatever, but it is an Apple show. And it's funny. Every now and then they'll say something where it's like, what? Like in the first episode, someone is like, basically the premise of the first episode is someone finds something in their cellar that sends them around in time. Like they find something there and it sends them back in time and then forwarded, whatever. And so whenever it sends him back to his normal time, he wants to look on his phone to see like, oh, okay, I met that person. Well, what happened with them? Let me check on my phone and see if I could look that up. And he keeps bringing things up. Like, of course he has an iPhone, but at one point he's like, oh no, I don't have my lightning cable. Did someone take my lightning cable? Like what? Where's my lightning cable? And it's just so funny because no other show would word it like that. Like no one would say something so specific as where's my lightning cable? You know, any other show would write it as my charging cable or my power cable just to make it as clear as possible. And then on this show, it's just, yo, you got a lightning cable? It's just like, you could tell Apple paid for the whole thing. Like, yeah, no, just say fucking lightning cable, okay? You know, anyway. That was the only thing that was odd about it, but everything else was pretty good.
Well, that's good. I mean, I do think that this service was a colossal fuck up. Like this, I mean, Apple has more money than God, so it doesn't really matter that they're wasting a lot of it making these shows. But like, no one's talking about their shit at all.
So basically what you're saying is Apple has created the world's most expensive commercials. 26 half-hour episodes to promote Apple products and the zany adventures you'll go get into with your Apple products.
Well, they didn't promote anything. It was like they haven't been doing it. It was just that one guy when he was looking something up. And it was just funny. Like, again, that one little moment would have been written differently on any other platform.
They should lean into that. Amazing Stories should become so tied to the iPhone.
Yeah. Amazing iPhone stories. Dude, contact me. I'll write you a script. But yeah, I don't even think that the Apple TV Plus shows, I don't even think they were a fuck up per se. Like, I don't think they did a bad job with anything. It's just, I just don't think, because I don't think anything that they've done, I haven't seen any of it where I thought, oh, they did badly with this. You know, it might be just safe or not much to write home about. I don't think any of it's bad per se, but I think we've just learned that, like, no one's looking to them for entertaining content. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think that the show C came out and no one talked about it that I saw at all. But if that was same exact show was on Netflix, it would have been everywhere.
Everyone would have watched it. Yeah. Because people know to turn to them for that. Yeah.
Right. So no one's going to Apple, and I get they want people to go to them for that eventually. Yeah. But like, it's going to take a while, or it's not going to work. But like that show, the production was crazy, and it looked awesome.
Yeah.
And the story wasn't even that bad. But yeah, no one talked about it because it was on this new thing that no one cares about.
Yeah, there's just no kind of trust with that. You know, and you know me. I mean, I'm you know, Apple cuck extreme, but I'm in the same boat. I like don't look to them for. I just don't look to them for like, yeah, they're going to be, you know, because again, I'll even watch their presentations where they'll show new products and like they'll try to do something funny and it's not funny. Like they make hardware, but they're kind of robotic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're in touch with entertainment in that way, other than making the devices. But like, but they throw that show on Disney Plus and everybody would watch it because Disney didn't have to prove it to anybody because Disney's a name in entertainment. They don't have to prove that, you know?
Right.
Sure. So, yeah, I just don't think Apple needed to enter that arena. You know,
did the CBS one take off well? Because if you wanted Star Trek Picard, you kind of had to watch or subscribe to that service. And I just feel like there's a lot of these lower tier streaming services that I don't know anyone personally who get. Do you CBS one strong?
I have the CBS All Access one, and I never use it. I watched Picard a couple times. But like, I don't watch anything else on that fucking app because I don't care. And there's still commercials on it. It's like I'm paying for this. And there's still fucking commercials.
Oh,
like,
I didn't know that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like, but it's the kind of thing where it's like it's the tier like Hulu, where you can spend $12 on no commercials.
Oh, so it's something like that. Okay.
I just want to see the show and
Picard?
What's that?
What's your review of Picard?
2 episodes in, I don't care at all.
I
didn't hear it was very good.
But like I hear it getting better, and this ended, I guess. And apparently, like my dad watched it all, and he was like, "Hey, the end, like it gets awesome." And so, really? Like, okay, maybe I'll watch it. But like, I just don't. I love Star Trek, and I was just hoping for Star Trek Next Generation, and it was just a modern version of Star Trek where like they're saying shit, and like it's like these crazy cuts. Like, I just want like story. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what I wanted.
Just one interesting story.
Yeah. It didn't. Everything I heard just kind of sounded whatever.
They just did this. It was about the characters before, and now it's about this bigger picture of like this Romulan thing going on. It's like the whole season. It's like clones and androids. I don't know. Just make a individual plots of just like each episode's its own story, please.
Yeah. That reminds me though. You brought up streaming services. This week when I told you when I was rewatching Lost, I've been watching I have the Blu-rays, so I'm just popping those in. But on I have the Blu-ray player that I have, I think it's a Sony or Samsung or one, I don't know what company it is, but it's got all the like online services attached to it. Like, so when I turn it on, it's like, do you want to play the disc or do you want to use any of these services?
Oh, wow.
But it lists like I've never done any online, because if I wanted to watch any of the services, I use Apple TV. Like I have a better experience with that. I don't need to use my Blu-ray player for that. But it says like, it has 2 lists of programs on it when I log in or when I turn it on. It's what about choose from top apps, and it's like Netflix, Hulu, whatever, what you expect.
Right.
But then there's a section called My Apps, and it's, apps customized for me, your favorites, which I've never made favorites on there. I've never used one online service on my Blu-ray player. I've never done it. And what it lists under that list is insane. The first one is Fox News, okay? Guarantee I've never used that service, okay?
Wow, top of the list, huh?
That was number one. And then under that, Pandora, okay? I'm not listening to Pandora. But then the one under that that's there every time I turn on the player is for Yup TV. Have you guys heard of that?
Wow,
Yup
your
TV?
favorites are
Oh, you guys
awful.
haven't watched that? Oh, it's Saudi Arabian TV.
Yup.
Yup, YUPP. I believe it's from Saudi
What the hell?
Arabia.
Oh,
And so that's my number 3. I've never chose these, but it told me that my favorite that's my third favorite.
that's the most common phrase in Saudi Arabia.
It's just yup.
Yup.
Hey, are you ready to watch this? Yup. Fourth favorite app, according to Samsung, is my favorite app. Mubi. You guys listen to Mubi? Mubi?
Wait,
Movie rocks, dude.
M-U-B-I.
Movies be fucking shit.
I had never heard of this, but then I looked into it, and it's a foreign film service. It actually didn't look bad. It was like kind of like award-winning films from around the world and stuff. It was like, well, that doesn't seem bad. Why haven't I heard about it? So
Because you're too busy watching Fox News, playing Pandora, and watching Yup.
I'm too. I kind of want to get into Yup now and see like maybe there's like a cool show on there that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. You know what I mean?
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
they
you should do,
have.
like some group viewing sessions on the #1 Yup program.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Yup? I have to look this up now.
Yeah. Check out
Yeah.
Yup. You might want to subscribe. Honestly, I don't know how much it is, but you might want to get on Yup.
Yup TV. #1 online TV channels provider for Indian TV. So it's from India.
Oh, it's from India. Okay.
Oh.
Then you know what?
Wow.
There's another
Saudi
app then
Arabia.
because there's another one it puts on my thing that is Saudi Arabian TV. So I think I'm mixing them up. Either way, I couldn't watch either of them because it was I had to pay for something, so I didn't.
Oh, dude, these shows sound badass.
Yeah, some of the thumbnails
Yeah,
look
you
crazy.
can,
What are you seeing on there?
There's a whole like coronavirus section of shows. So one
Nice.
apparently is about coronavirus. It's Varta Prabhaptam. I think it's a news
Okay.
program.
That sounded pretty cool.
Do they
Here's
have
the
American movie?
Adhi Viraivu 50.
No, they have
Do they have
they have
American-
Indian movie, Garrett.
Oh, okay.
This sounds bad. This stuff looks badass.
So I'm gonna see if I can get through to it. Maybe I'll subscribe and I'll let you guys know how some of those shows are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check that out for us.
Because according to Samsung, I'm gonna love them.
Get on Yup.
Yup.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel
excited.
like this is the beginning of something, it's a joke, haha, but then in a few months, Rocco's going to be like, yo, I love Indian films about coronavirus.
Well, I got nothing but time to basically watch movies at this point. So anytime between, if I'm not working on something, I'm putting on a movie. And so I think at this point, I can't think of anything else to dig into. I might as well go into Indian film.
Yup, TV's catalog will, keep
Yeah.
you nice and busy.
Yeah.
When, we're separated, so normally a friend would recommend stuff to you, but in lieu of that, because we can't have that right now, Yup TV's got plenty of recommendations for you.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out. I totally
Oh, wait, I
What's
just found something on Yup TV I think you would love. It's called Indian Movie.
Shut up. Shut up.
Didn't I already made that joke.
Yeah, but
There's
you
a
still haven't
lag.
Have you seen the movie yet? Have you seen it?
What, Indian movie?
Oh, I didn't hear
No!
you. Make that joke.
I'm not a
sorry.
Yup subscriber, Sean.
I think someone told me that it's on Crackle, American movie. So I may have to get
Oh,
Crackle
I don't have Crackle, dude.
or
Sorry.
Shudder. Crackle's free. Or Shudder.
Oh,
Which
Shudder's
I don't want to
good.
get Shudder
Well, why not?
because
The
I don't
kids will
care
love
about
Shudder.
horror.
Oh, the
The
kids will
horror
love-
genre.
Get it for the
I canceled
family.
Shudder. It was $4.99 a month, and that was too much for Shudder.
Really?
Yeah.
I own a lot of the horror movies I like to rewatch. So yeah, I've never subscribed to it, but I've heard a lot of good things.
It
You know
was
what
a
the worst-
lot of like, I would say 10% movies. Like, okay, I'll watch. I've heard of this, but I didn't hear like reviews of it, like Beyond the Black Rainbow, stuff like that you've heard of.
Yeah.
90% shit you've never heard of, and it's like the Walmart $3 bin.
Yeah. There's something to, I feel like every first time director thinks that there's an ease in making a horror film out the gate.
Yeah.
But I think you get a lot of,
Is.
you got a lot. Yeah, true. I mean, we've kind of been there. You get a lot of sophomoric attempts in the horror field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, this is not really movie related, but it was the night that I discovered Yup, because I was up pretty late. I was Yup pretty late too. But there was one, I was up watching because there was one night I couldn't really sleep. I had the weirdest night a few nights ago. I totally forgot to mention this. I was on my way home from here. I was here at the studio pretty late, and I drove home. It was like it rained again the other night, which it's been kind of on and off raining here in San Diego. I think it's kind of like been warm on the East Coast, but here it was cold and rainy, believe it or not. Anyway, so it had just rained. I was driving home, and there was really no one else on the road, and I was stopped at a light at the bottom of a hill, not too far from here. This is great. I'm so happy to tell this story. You'll see why, but it warms my heart. I'm driving home, and I stop at the light, and I'm looking behind. There's no other cars, but there's a car behind me, and I'm looking, and I'm like, that car is going really fast, like really, really fast.
Uh-oh.
Is he going to stop in time? And I'm like, I'm not sensing any slowdown with this car. And I'm thinking maybe they hit the brakes at the last second and they're still sliding. I don't know. But in the split second, I'm like, should I be moving forward into the intersection and sure enough, boom, rear-ended me. This was, I don't know how many nights ago. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Shit.
Again.
This is multiple times that.
You have the worst luck, Rocco. What?
Well,
every time it rains.
I just want to say something to give context for California. People here, when it rains, either they run from the rain and hide like it's going to melt them, or they drive in the rain as if the rain isn't happening, and it just causes accidents. There's so many accidents because people here choose not to acknowledge it or something. I don't know. Because the last time I was in an accident, my car was totaled because someone was just swerving like crazy, like driving like an idiot, and they spun into me. So this time, the guy didn't brake in time and just slid and hit me, and he immediately sped off. Hit and run.
Oh, a hit and run.
Sped off in that direction. And just as he did that, there were two cops, two police SUVs parked right there at a convenience store right next to me that saw the whole thing and went off after him. I was like, yes, okay.
Fuck yeah.
There was a drama that played in 20 seconds. It was amazing. And I pulled over, and the guy was like, what the hell happened there? Like, but there was no one out anywhere. Those two cops were just chilling there talking in their SUVs. So they pulled him off later, down the road, or pulled him over down the road. And anyway, there was no damage to my car. Thank God. They got some of their like white paint under my bumper, but my car was a lot taller than theirs. So it was fine, but that was fucking crazy.
Did you see him get pulled over, or is he just too far away?
way down the road, and or down the he took off down the freeway, whatever. But they did pull him over. They gave me the info, whatever. But my car's fine. I'm fine, so that's okay. But
I got hit the same
thing happened to you, right?
2 or 3 weeks ago when it was raining. Yeah, I was at a stoplight and someone slid into me. It was like, well, thankfully it usually doesn't do any damage. Like, you got away scot-free this time, Rocco. So did I last month. But I don't know what it is with California.
Yeah, it's really lame. But anytime I've been rear-ended from another car, typically, because the cars that I usually have I usually drive an SUV, and usually it's some smaller car, and they tend to go under when they hit. So like it doesn't really cause a lot of damage. You might have some scraping on the bumper, but that's all. It was all fine. Anyway, point is, it was all good. Went home, went to bed, and then in the middle of the night, I was woken up by like I had a dream that I saw an explosion, or I didn't hear anything, but it was just I dreamt that there was a big explosion, and then I opened my eyes, and every car alarm was going off. It was like, why is every car? Was there like a bit? I'm going insane in the middle of the night. I have no logic, and I'm thinking like, did somebody break into everyone's cars in the neighborhood here? Like, what happened? And I get up, and it's just like people are outside, and it's like, no, it was thunder struck.
Or lightning struck.
Yeah, lightning struck outside. It was like, what? And I was like kind of talking to neighbor. I was keeping my distance, but talking to neighbors who were just like, that was the loudest thing I think I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard anything. I didn't really hear the explosion. I sleep with earplugs in most of the time, and I had them on, and I guess that helps. But everyone else was like, dude, you definitely heard it. I've never heard anything that loud. I was like, oh, I guess my brain was trying to rationalize it in a dream. Or something, but
Rocco, I'm guaranteeing you that the one that you heard is the one that woke me up, because we don't live that far away from each other.
Yeah.
Same here.
And my windows were shaking.
Yeah.
Like everything was fucking crazy. It was so loud. And the hail on top of it. Like I've never experienced that either.
Yeah.
The hail is what woke me up.
That was insane. And so I thought, well, it doesn't look like it caused any damage. But then the rest of the night I was hearing more stuff. It basically, I was seeing pictures online that just down the road, a tree was just like glowing red. A tree was just immolated. It was covered in fire. And so the fire department had to put it out and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, so that was all taken care of, but it kept me up. And the reason why I'm thinking about this is I couldn't sleep after that. It was just like, what the hell is happening tonight? Like someone wants me dead, like fate or something. I don't know. So I turned on Lost, comfort food kind of show, and then I discovered Yup. So that was the backstory of how I discovered Yup. That's what led to the Yup discovery. And now, Yup, I feel better.
That's
yeah,
good.
it was Yup and coming. Exactly, Brian. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. You should watch American Movie.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I just.
Idea. Get in your room and be quiet. Sean, you have like an invading army behind you.
Yeah, they for some reason have been doing face masks while I am doing the podcast, and so they keep coming out with different color face masks every time. So don't mind them.
How has it been, Sean, being around them a lot more? I mean, like a lot more. Are you reaching an equilibrium where you're around your kids a lot more and you're going like, okay, you know what? This has actually been valuable. This has been nice. Or are you losing your mind more than ever?
It is nice. I do like, I know some friends. I've talked to some people who are miserable.
Yeah,
with
I've encountered that too.
But then my thought was like, well, it's because you raise shit kids.
Yeah.
And I've also talked to other friends who are happy too. Like, it kind of varies, but there are some. But it's like, no, my kids are really good. Like, it is. There are times where it's like, I just don't want to get you another snack.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But that's it.
Yeah, some of the more like maintenance-y kind of things, I imagine would be like, all right, move on. But
yeah.
I've been surprised genuinely the past week or so how many people have like straight up sounded like they had like vitriol for their kids. Like, bro, why did you have kids if you're this venomous about like, oh my God, someone get rid of these fucking kids? Like there's definitely a level I think is acceptable of like, all right, I've been around, like I need me time. I get that.
Right.
Everyone wants some me time, now and then. And understandable, but there's some people I know that are straight up like venomous about their kids, and I'm like, are you doing all right?
We the first day this started, the first day we were put on quarantine, one of the kids, I think it was Sawyer, made a sign, and you put that sign on the door of the room you're in, you close the door, and no one's allowed to talk to you while that sign is on the door. And like everyone has used that sign where it's like, I wanted to watch Westworld, so I'm just gonna put this sign on the door and then like leave me alone, and they do. I think it's been a learning curve, and I think I feel bad because I can't tell them when this is going to be over.
Yeah.
They keep asking when they come back to school. They keep asking whatever, and I just don't have an answer
that's
for them,
crazy.
which sucks.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
But I think that we are all doing really well. We watch a new movie every night, and we pick someone's name out of the hat, and they get to choose the movie, and that's been fun. And overall, I think we have gotten closer as a family, and I just wish we could go do things instead of just being stuck at home. But
Yeah. Again, I was just curious because my family. I was talking with them this past week, and they kind of shared the same thing with me. They were like, when you guys were referring to like me and my brother, they were like, when you guys were off of school, we had so much fun, like thinking of stuff to do and like where we could go together, and we like made a lot of that time, and we really enjoyed that time. And they were noticing the same thing. They were like, I've been noticing like this past week, I'm seeing like young parents like talk like they've been cursed, and it's like, I get it to a point where it's like suddenly the time that you do have to yourself and the schedule that you've made, that you've stuck to, is all tossed. I do get the frustration with that, but some people are just like, why you got
my
kids,
house,
man? Like what?
I have a pretty small house.
Mhm.
It's a small house, and there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
And a cat and a dog. And so it's like, it's a lot of things. So that is honestly, this garage has been a like embarrassment for the last like 3 years. Like I haven't like I still have a Chargers flag up, and I meant to take it down when I clean the garage next time, and that it's still there because I haven't cleaned it.
Yeah.
So like I've been spending a lot of time out here finally trying to clean it out a little bit. This could give us more space so we could go somewhere else out of this house, just another little place. So
make it a man cave. You have the sign, right?
Well, the sign I took down, Garrett. I took down the sign. It was a gift. I would have bought that sign for myself.
I know. Isn't that funny? Like when you get an embarrassing gift, but you're like, dude, my brother-in-law's going to see this. I have to put it up for at least a couple years. I have to put it
up, and it says Sean's Man Cave, and I would never have bought that sign, but here it is, and I can't not have it up.
You know what I think of whenever there's certain things, people will give you as a gift, like you just said. And it's like, what do I do? Like, I'm not going to hang this up, or maybe I will to make them happy, whatever. Whenever I think of stuff like that, because I think it's happened to all of us probably at some point, whatever. So I have, in my family, I have, an aunt who owns a hair salon, whatever place you go get your hair cut. Whatever. I'm assuming that's what it's called, hair salon. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But we would go, I always got my hair cut there. Like that's where I went. I didn't go to any other place. Typically I would go to my aunt's salon, and someone there would cut my hair growing up. And, I used to always see, there's customers that like, she was a really, really nice woman, and customers really loved her, but they would do stuff like that for her all the time. They would give her like, oh, here's something you can hang up. And it's like, oh, thanks. And she was the sweetest woman. So she would never say no. So she would hang up a plate, like, oh, I made you this little doll. Okay. Well, she'd set it on the counter and, whatever. But the thing that I always crack up at is a woman came in once and said, I have a gift for you. I know you always have little kids in this salon and they need a place to sit. So a long time ago, I carved this and I thought you could have this for all the kids to sit in. And she made a little kid's desk. In school you'd sit in a desk and it had the little, or you'd sit, it was like a seat with the desk over it,
Yeah.
It was that, but she carved time out into it and did such a bad job. It looked like a serial killer carved that into it. It said time out. But it was not only carved all jagged like a maniac carved it, she forgot the eye, and I was the only one that noticed.
What?
She brought it in, like, there you go, and everyone's like, oh, time out, that's really cool. And I'm sitting there going, time out?
Oh my God.
Am I the only one? And she left, and I pointed it out. I'm like, there's no I in timeout. Does anyone else? And it was like the whole salon went, oh. It was like, I'm the only one that saw that. But even she carved it and didn't know it. But anyway, So every time I think, and she displayed that, God bless her, in her salon, it was there for years. This little desk that said "Tim May out," and I think of that every time.
Well, yeah, here it is. If you guys care to see it, Sean's man cave.
There you
you
go.
still got it.
I got it. I don't know what to do with it, but I have it. I do have it.
What are those posters? You have a home movies poster? Is that signed?
Yeah, it's signed by Brendan Small.
Yeah, that was at Comic-Con, right?
Yeah.
That's
How
cool.
funny. In the back of my shot, there's the Death Clock poster that I was standing next to you when you got that signed. I got that one signed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I have a sign. I've been cleaning out my house recently, and I found a sign. If I get a signed poster, I frame it immediately and I'll put it up. But I found a signed poster in a tube that I forgot that I had. I went to Anime Expo one year, and what's great about Anime Expo in recent years is, hopefully they'll do one this year, is everyone. There's such a young audience, tens of thousands of younger crowds. They know all about the latest anime, but then older anime. People like me, that's what I'm looking for. And like 90% of the people there are like, what is that? I'm sorry, what's Ghost in the Shell? It's like, really? You don't know what that is? Anyway, when I went, I got a signed poster of for the movie Robot Carnival. It's a really old 80s anime, like montage kind of thing. And it's signed by like half the artists and directors of that movie. And it was just sitting in a tube. I brought it home from Anime Expo and went, cool, and threw it in my closet, and that was it. So I just found that. I got to get that framed.
Nice. Well, get it framed. Go to Michael's now.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Is Michael's even open?
I think it is.
Yeah, they're essential. Where are you going to get a glue gun from?
That's true. That's a very good point.
That's a good point.
Got him.
By the way, anybody out there, again, if you're looking for more stuff to watch during this whole time, Robot Carnival was an awesome anime. It's an anthology movie. It's like 8 or 9 or I don't know how many anime pieces. It's like anime shorts about. The theme is robots. They asked 9 directors, hey, direct something about robots. It could be funny, it could be scary, whatever, and it's all in a row. And it's awesome, and it's free on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free right now. So check that out if you haven't seen it. But I really, really like it. It's always been one of my favorites.
What's better, Robot Carnival or the Animatrix?
Yeah, they're kind of the same thing. I gotta say Robot Carnival, because
Whoa!
Animatrix is tied to the Matrix, and I love that. But Animatrix has a few turds in the punch bowl. You know what I mean?
Robot Carnival's all killer, no filler.
They're all interesting. Like one of them is kind of almost like a robotic Ichabod Crane kind of story. One of them is like kind of a mech, like almost Super Sentai kind of thing. Whatever. Animatrix has a few amazing ones, and then but then there's a few that suck that that are real ugly. So I don't know. That's just me.
Robot Carnival, free on Amazon Prime.
Check it out.
Check it.
Anyway, I think that's it. I mean, was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
No, I think we did it.
No, I have exhausted everything I could talk about today. We're doing this twice a week, and I can't leave my house, so it's kind of hard to refresh on conversation topics.
We should all watch American movie and then talk about it on the next.
I've already seen it, so I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
I got
ready
a
to
packed
go.
week, bro.
Okay, fair enough.
Sean, hey, real quick. Sorry, I don't want to get into a big thing, but Sean, are you caught up on Westworld or no?
No. Honestly, I have like another 10 minutes left in the last episode. I just haven't finished it yet.
Of the second one that just aired?
Second one, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm digging it so far. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah,
that's really all I had to say.
I've been watching some of season 2 to try to get caught up because I'm excited for where that show is going to go in season 3.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
and I'm really digging it. And while we're on the robot kick, there's another anime or animation anthology called Love, Death, and Robots that's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed. And it would almost, if you like this Robot Carnival Rocco's telling you to check that out after.
Cool.
Yeah, I heard good stuff about that. Okay. Well, once again, just to remind everybody, we are doing, we're going to do 2 podcasts every week, basically. We're doing this, and then Mega64 and Teen, we're going to stream it every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Mega64 podcast. And then it's going to be up every Saturday on YouTube. So that's the second show. Mega64 podcast, nothing new there. We stream it live every Sunday, 6 p.m. on Twitch, and then it's up Tuesday on YouTube.
Yep.
So,
and we should have a new video this week, so keep an eye out for that.
New video about to come out, so that's cool. Patreon.com/Mega64. I want to remind everyone we did. There's new stuff going on there. We just put up a new friend dimension. I think yesterday, the day before, where everyone played Octodad on Switch.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun. And don't forget, we also debuted the gifts that you're going to get in the next package. We're catching up with all the Patreon gifts now. And the next package, you have like 2 or 3 more days to get in on that and stay on for a few months to get those. So check that out if you wanted a chance, because there are only a couple days left. So yeah, check that out.
And what are we streaming all week like we have been?
Yeah, we've been streaming every day. Honestly,
my Cat in the Hat stream. I
that
watched
was
it with
rad.
people.
That was awesome, Sean.
Movie's terrible, but we watched it together. So that may go up on the archive channel at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah. He made a joke about not saying dogs because it was offensive, and he preferred the term canine Americans. And I was
That
like,
was racist shit.
this is racist. This is just straight up racist, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. That movie was like, it was a lot of that was like, why would they ever think this was okay? I don't understand.
I read that all those shit jokes were supposed to be in the Grinch movie, and Ron Howard and Jim Carrey threw them out.
Really?
So they got put in Cat in the Hat. Yeah, that's what it said on IMDb.
Dude.
That's so funny.
That movie's a gift that keeps on giving. Oh my! Every day I find out something new.
Yeah.
That's like paralyzing.
I loved Sean watching along and also commenting on like behind the scenes stuff he was reading as the movie went on.
And stuff. Yeah.
It was great. That was cool.
Yeah. So Sean streamed as he watched along with that movie. Hopefully we'll get some more of that this week. But we've been doing some kind of stream seriously every day this past week, and it's been really great. I've been trying to I've been streaming Animal Crossing a lot and other stuff. We're gonna.
I did a big music stream in here last Friday.
Yeah,
I think
that was really cool.
More stuff like that. Maybe even just some DJ sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly just for the live audience, because I don't know how we can archive that, but some more stuff every day from the studio.
Yeah. And then so we're doing them all on Twitch, and then just about all of them are going to be on our archives channel. Just look up on YouTube, look up the Mega64 archives, and that channel should have them all. We've been pretty much putting up something almost every day. So you guys have more than enough entertainment to get you through the current climate. So yeah, keep an eye out on all that. It's been fun. I've had a lot of fun entertaining. Hopefully it's entertaining for you guys watching. So anyway.
Nice. Cool.
That's all.
All right. Yeah.
Well, everyone, go check out the Who Was the Cat shirt, because you only have a little bit of time, and that shirt rules. So
Yeah.
make sure you get that while
Check
you
it
can.
out. Shop.mega64.com. But otherwise,
Good night.
thanks for watching, everybody. Any final word? Anybody? Go ahead. Oh, wait. Theme song.
Fuck.
I'm a lonely horseman, got my pistol. I'm just trying to be somebody besides a lonely horseman. Got my gun at my side. I'm just trying to be a lonely horseman.
Wait, you guys.
Oh, what?
You guys, we have breaking news.
What's up?
Shit. You guys, do you see this? Yeah. We're
What
fucked.
the fuck?
Yeah, dude, we are fucked. Sorry. Good night and good luck.